Alright guys, what's going on? So we're gonna do a take 2 on this LRP here. That's the modified .28.8. Yesterday in the beginning of that video that I did, it seemed like the clutch was slipping, and it was. I started to think that it was that I accidentally put the 16 bell, but it had the 14 bell. But what had happened is, and I've never seen this before, the tail of one of the clutch springs broke. It's the first time I've ever seen myself, I've heard of it before, but seen a clutch spring break. So they are the low-C 1.1 millimeter, the silvers. I think they're 1.1 millimeter. But anyway, so we got it. We got everything cleaned up, put new bearings, put new springs, and made sure the clutch shoes were clean and free of slag. So I did switch it to a 13 bell because we're trying to see what type of torque this actually has. And I'm trying to put a little more fuel, a little more of the Red Max fuel in it. I need about another quart to go, or really probably about a half a quart. And then we're going to pull this apart and see how it looks compared to the Triton L5 that I took apart. So we'll probably do that here this week sometime. But I want to burn this today, and I'm going to burn another half a quart of the Red Max, and then we'll pull it down. So other than that, got the 8XT all cleaned up. She's ready for another rip. Everything's good on here. That modified Bonito does really well in there. Then here on the E-Revo, actually what I figured out, and I'm gonna go by the hobby shop tomorrow and pick it up, is the servo saver in here. This screw right there is stripped, so it kept backing out, making the steering a little wonky on it. And then I had one of these. I thought I had two of them. These are the 7075 aluminum T6 push rods. So this is the one that keeps these are the ones that actually, I know this toe link popped out. We're gonna fix those too. But these push rods are the ones most of the time that we're pulling out. That's why I did my little zip tie limiter strap. Some people are telling me just get regular limiter strap, but these are working fine right here. No problem with that. I did the front too. But we're gonna go by the hobby shop and pick up that part, and then we're gonna pick up a set of these. We'll probably do them all the way around. And the reason I want to do these is because they're not threaded. They're molded on. They're going to be a lot harder to pull out than these. So we'll go ahead and fix that. Another guy told me to get the True Tracks, but I don't know, man. The True Tracks is pretty pricey, but we'll take a look. You got to buy separate, if I'm not mistaken, because I had the True Tracks on my last E-Revo, and I think you got to buy the hub carriers and the arms separate, because those hub carriers have those oversized bearings in them. But we might do it and just eliminate these toe links altogether. But I like the adjustability of the toe links too, and when you do the True Tracks, it eliminates all that. But we'll see. It's a possibility, but regardless, we still have to do these push rods on here. So we'll go by there tomorrow, and we'll figure that out. So, what's up? Okay, sweetie, bring Hope back. Alright, so one other thing before we get out there and start ripping is there was another, I was trying to remember another question that another gentleman out there that I seen in a live feed asked about the modifiers for his LRP. The other question he had was, he said that he wanted a 5B, but he didn't want to pay the $1,250. So you know, again, I don't know if you watch my channel or not. I'm assuming you probably do. A lot of people in that circle watch each other's, you know, channels. So if you do, this 5B kit is actually at DDM still right now. They still have them, $750. But I get it. Regardless, you're going to put a lot more than $1,250 in it when it's all said and done. So, but just a heads up, because I know I saw that on Horizon too. Discontinued though at Horizon. Their price for this, I guess, when it was in stock at Horizon was $1,250, but $750 at DDM while they last. Another thing that I'm looking at on here is I want to do the mod that I saw in one of Elite's videos, was the Vertigo quick release for the tank, but not for the tank, for the battery box. I think that's a really on point idea there. We're going to go ahead and take care of that as well. Ordered a set of body pins for it, because these are always getting lost. I know that they have the tethered ones and all that. We may do that later on. And a couple other little things from DDM. So this is the week, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. My new engine should be here sometime towards the end of this week. And once it gets here, we'll go over it. I don't know if I'm going to do an unboxing or I'm just going to get everything, you know, start getting everything bolted onto it, get it mounted up, and then go out over it once it's in the car. I definitely going to put my kill switch and all that. I want to do the MSD wire, all that stuff before I install. All right, sorry about that. GoPro shut down. But anyway, we'll do all that before I install it. I think I didn't even take the 36cc out of the Rovin when I installed the dynamite kill switch in it. I was able to do it pretty easy. But, you know, it's good that this one's not in. So I'll be able to do all this before we even bolt it in there. I have gone over everything, made sure everything was tight and right. Anything that's metal to metal, Loctited. And once we bolt this Bartolone pipe up to my new engine, we're going to do like I did here on the Rovin, and we're going to use red Loctite, because I noticed the blue Loctite had backed out several times. But not having those issues with the red Loctite here with the Victory big bore pipe on the Rovin. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the chit chat session. Other than that, man, we're gonna get out here and we're gonna rip this 8X, because we didn't get to do it yesterday, with the rebuilt clutch and the LRP .28. So we'll see you guys here shortly, man. Peace. All right, people. Let's see how this thing's popping. Alright, people, so that run got cut short. This is just a warning for bashers that run modified engines. They're great, but you always have to make sure your stuff's on point. If you have any weak spots anywhere, you're going to have issues. So I felt a little bit of I felt a little bit of, I don't know if you want to call, it seemed like the brakes just engaged, like out of nowhere. I didn't hit the brakes. Brakes engaged. It was just locked up, and I was like, oh man, what the hell's going on? I thought it might be an engine or something, but this bad boy was pulling wheelies and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I got any of it on camera, but this is one of the downfalls of modified engines. Look at that. It blew a hole right in the side of my diff case. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Get y'all on the light. Look at that. I've never in my life seen anything like that. So, good thing. TLR. I have never had the gears blow out of the side of a diff, man. I mean, all of them. There's a huge hole in the side of the diff. Front and rear diffs are fine. So, I can only assume that that there's a bad bearing. I mean, it doesn't seem very loose. Maybe a little bit. Well, yeah, it's a little bit loose, but I don't know. We'll have to open it up and figure it out. But I've never in my life seen anything like that. Give me a few minutes. I'll pull this diff out and we'll take a look at it. Alright. I'm going to have to take all this apart, man. Clean everything. It is just toast, man. Look at that, man. There's a gear over there. It's freaking crazy, man. What the hell happened, man? The bearings seem good. Spur's still good. No. I don't know why. I don't know why this happened. I couldn't tell you. But we're gonna get it fixed, man. All I can say is it's if the bearings are good, and we'll look at them in a minute. All I can say is modified engines can wreak havoc on your platform. You think that'll deter me? Hell no. I love modified engines. But, you know, it's just one of those things, just like any other, you know, platform, whether it's these small cars or big cars, whatever the case may be. Thank God my damn servo's still okay. Them Savox servos, baby. Man. That is freaking nuts, man. It's all diff fluid. If these bearings are good, and they look good, I'm gonna have to pull this apart. They look good. Oh, dude, look. Oh, man. How the hell? Look at that. Wow. This thing just imploded, man. It had to be the power. That's your RCR, baby. One hell of a modified engine right there. Do something like that. And I wonder, you know, I think maybe we just thicken up our center diff fluid on the next go round. This is the first time anything like this has ever happened to me You know, back in the beginning when I had my RTR and stuff like that, the 8T, yeah, diff issues or whatever, learning as you go, but never in any of my platforms, any of my race kits. And I've bashed, you know, I've run modded engines quite a bit. Never had anything like this happen. I've had bearings blow like I did the rear diff bearing in the Techno NT48.3, you know, which caused some diff issues. And the diff wasn't even bad that I could tell, but I replaced it anyway. But we'll have to replace this whole assembly. And this will give me an opportunity to move up to my 52 spur. We're going to go up to a 52 spur on this thing. Alright, guys. Crazy shit, man. Crazy. Alright, let me get all this pulled apart, cleaned up. Front and rear diff are still good. I didn't know what the hell happened, man. She was pulling some mean wheelies, though, I'll tell you that. If y'all remember the first time that I put this LRP modified .28 on camera, she was pulling wheelies then too. But I don't think I got any on camera. When I go to upload this, I'm gonna have to look, man. I wish I would have got them on camera because it was spanking it, man. And it wasn't lean. I mean, there was plenty of smoke. The engine was running good, man. It was just banging. It was hitting it. Now we did put those 1.1 millimeter springs in there with the 13 bell. That bad boy's just got a lot of torque. Alright, guys, that's going to be about it. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Remember, treat people the way you want to be treated. This is all part of the hobby. When you're in racing, you have things that go wrong, things that get beat up. You beat up your platforms a lot more, the platform itself, in racing than you do really in bashing. But in bashing, when you're dealing with modified engines and you're wanting the most power you can absolutely get, you better make sure that everything is on point, man, because you will tear some stuff up. Alright, guys, I appreciate y'all. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.